Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar. My name is Theodora and I will be the moderator of this webinar on behalf of Access Schools. I am very glad to welcome Ursi Van der Herten, Associate Director of International Executive Programs at ESADE Business Schools, Barcelona. She is joining us today to present a brand new MBA for executives, jointly built with ESADE Business School in Finland. We will answer your questions at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to just write them in the chat box and then Ursi will address them at the end. So Ursi, welcome.
Hello everybody, thank you Theodora for introducing me. So yes, my name is Ursi Van der Herten and I'm working for the ESADE Business School. So I'm based in Barcelona, so now I'm currently in the office in Barcelona in Spain. I'm traveling a lot. I'm traveling a lot in Asia, but right now I'm here to prepare the launch of this new program. So welcome everybody. As Theodora said, feel free to send your questions in the chat and then I will answer them at the end. In case I'm not able to answer all your questions, then feel free to send me an email and we can have a more detailed discussion afterwards by phone or by Skype if you want. So I'm presenting ESADE Business School. This program is a launch of a new program, but the partnership has been going on for a long time. So ESADE Business School, a couple of years ago, we started our collaboration with Aalto University, a business school and university in Helsinki. And we designed a short program on design thinking for business innovation. So this short program has been very successful because we saw the need in the market from companies and executives to innovate, to do things differently. And we thought, okay, why don't we design an executive MBA, but different from the traditional executive MBA with this focus on design thinking, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So let me first briefly introduce both schools. So ESADE Business School is a Spanish school. We have our main campus in Barcelona and also a campus in Madrid. We are representing all the layers of education. So going from undergraduate, so we have our bachelor and the law school and business administration. Then we have our full-time MBA programs and Masters of Science. And then, of course, executive education, where I'm working as associate director for the international programs. So the school was founded in 1958, and you will see later. I posted a little bit of information on the rankings. So. What I would say that we're very strong with our alumni, representing our alumni and working together with our alumni around the world. So at this point, we are represented. We have official chapters in more than 100 countries, and we are represented in all the continents. So that means that whenever our professors are traveling, or when our directors are traveling, when we're organizing programs, or when we're having modules with partner schools around the world, we always organize events where we invite our alumni and also candidates to our programs to join, to network, to have the possibility to learn a little bit more about the school. So this is our representation. Our school is very strong in Latin America. We have directors represented in different countries. And then you can see, as I said before, our main campus is in Barcelona and in Madrid. Here a little bit more information about the rankings. One of the rankings that is not mentioned here is last year we were ranked the first for women in our full-time MBA program. So you will have this presentation later on, so you can have a more detailed look. Something interesting about our school, if you say, okay, why is ESADE in these rankings? What are the strong points of the school? First of all, as I said, we're very strong on working together with our alumni. And then secondly, we're very strong on the entrepreneurship and innovation. So recently, a couple of months ago, we created our, I don't know if you have been in Barcelona, but there's a very famous street which is called the Rambla, where all the people go walking under the trees. So we created a Rambla of innovation. This is our campus outside the city, our second campus, where we created a kind of different working spaces where we bring together entrepreneurs, students from all levels, where they can work together on how to ideate, how to create an idea, how to come to an innovative solution, and how to bring it to the market. So this is very interesting. So there's a lot of initiatives going on in our campus in Barcelona, but also online. So I wanted to share this information with you. As I said, this MBA program is a joint program. So why with Aalto University? So for those of you who've been in Finland, I mean, you must know that Finland is very well known for innovation. Aalto University is a fusion of 3 different schools. So they combine the art school with economics and technology. So they bring together the business with the creative side. So as I said before, we started working with them some years ago on the short program of design thinking, and which has been very successful. Another reason, so we thought, okay, we want to do this MBA program together with them because we've been working with them, and we want to bring together the knowledge on innovation, entrepreneurship. And also the second reason is because they have a strong presentation in Asia. So bringing together the geographical diversity and where both schools are strong, we wanted to expand and be present globally, right? So Aalto University, they have a campus, a representation in Singapore since '99, and they have their local executive MBA program in Singapore, but also together with partner schools, as you can see in Indonesia, Taiwan, South Korea, China, Iran, and then of course their main campus is in Finland, with also executive programs in Poland. So together, what is important here about this partnership is that both schools have the triple accreditation. So for those of you who are not familiar with this, it's like the ISO for companies, right? So there's only a 0.5% of schools worldwide that have this triple accreditation. All right, so let me introduce a little bit this new program. So as I said, it's a new design, but of course the professors we are working with have been working with us for a long time, okay? So we really took the experts in each field, brought them together in this new program. The focus, different from a traditional MBA program because of the focus on innovation, entrepreneurship, and design thinking. And then also what we wanted to do with this program is unite Asia and Europe. You will see afterwards that the modules take place in both continents. So what are the benefits of the country, of the program? You can have a look here. I must say that a lot of our participants that are joining now, the first edition that we will launch in December, a lot of them, they want to do this program because they want to do things differently, basically. They don't have an MBA program. They have an established position in their company, and they want to innovate their products, their services. Some of them, they're entrepreneurs, and they want to globalize their company. Others, they're working in a multinational company, and they want to expand their business. And then also some others, they still want to do this program, to do this career acceleration, and be able to gain this management skills. So you will see afterwards when I'm talking about the content how this is represented also in the content of the program. So important here is that you will obtain a double qualification. So you will receive a degree both from ESADE and from Aalto. And also later on, when I talk a little bit more about the profile, you will see that it's a very international program, which is important because at the end, a lot of benefits you will get from the experiences that you share with your peers, right? So how is the program structured? The program is 19 months long, so we start in December. So the first edition starts this year on the 9th of December. And there are, every 3 months, you have 1 week. So each module starts on a Sunday morning and finishes on a Saturday night. So it's really a very intense program. We have 3 modules taking place in Singapore, 1 in Vietnam, 1 in Helsinki, and 3 in Barcelona. So when we go to the content, you will see that from one side, there are courses that are very much related to more traditional executive MBA courses, like the operations, the marketing, the strategy, leadership. But then from the other side, we have courses that are very much focused on innovation, entrepreneurship, big data, digitalization. So all these courses, we divided them in 4 tracks that you can see here. So here you have an example of how the program is structured over the 19 months. All these dates, you can find them in the website, of course. And then here at the left side, you see in 4 colors the 4 pillars that I explained before, and we also the leadership program. Sorry, just jumped 1 second, please. I don't know why. I'm just going back. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, sorry. All right. So the faculty is faculty from both schools. All have business experience, so none of them is 100% academic. They have been working with us with our programs. For example, Pedro Parada, he was the academic director of our Global Executive MBA program with Georgetown University. So he comes, of course, with experience, the business experience that he has on strategy, entrepreneurship, brings this in the program, also together with the experience that he has working with other companies and with other business schools, like, for example, in this case, Georgetown University. Lotta Hassi, she's the director of our short program on design thinking for business innovation, and she will also be responsible for the design thinking course in this MBA. So what I said before, we really took the experts of each field and asked them to collaborate with us in this program. All the professors are mentioned on the website, so if you want, you can go and have a look there and check for their LinkedIn profiles. So as I said before, the 19 months are divided in 8 weeks combined with distance learning. So that means that, of course, you will have work to do in between the modules. Before each module, you will have preparation, which could be pre-reading, some investigation that we want you to do. Then during the module, there's a lot of group work. So we really want to exchange this, to promote this exchange of experiences in between participants coming from all around the world. So there's going to be, of course, case studies. We're going to be organizing CEO forums where we're going to be inviting CEOs, can be local companies, multinational companies, depending on the topic, of course. We will choose what company is the best example to come to visit. So we will also do field visits and go and learn from them. So, for example, we decided to have one of the modules in Vietnam, mainly our operations module, because Vietnam is a country which has been expanding very fast. I'm sure there might be some of you living in Vietnam. So it's very interesting to learn from them. So, for example, I talked to some consultants there that were interested in doing this program, because they said, okay, so we've been asked by family companies that have been doing business for 30, 40 years to help them to go global, because a lot of companies have been growing very fast and they don't know how to structure, how to establish their global strategy. So it's an interesting, for example, to go, for example, to one of those family companies and have them as an example and learn from them. So what are the problems they've been facing, the challenges, and how have they been resolving this? So this could be an example of a field visit in Vietnam when we're there for the week. You might have seen also there will be a business project. So each of you have to bring their business project into the program. We will start working on that after you've seen the design thinking course, because then it will allow you to apply this new methodology of thinking and coming up with innovative solutions into your business project. So you will work on that from the third week, the third module, and then of course have the feedback from your peers and from the professors. We will be doing a strategic simulation where we're going to be simulating a real company where each of you in group will have a specific position with a challenge to resolve. And then we also will dedicate some time on your leadership skills. So you will have a personal coach that will be working with you during the week, but also outside the week when you're back home. A little bit more about profile. Well, we launched this year, so on the 9th of December, we will be launching our first edition. So I'm going to be in Singapore to welcome all of the participants. So far, most of the participants are based in Asia and in Europe. And we also have some based in South Africa, other countries in Africa. There's also somebody from an entrepreneur from Ghana who's applying, who's been admitted. Also some living in the United States, in Latin America. And I also received a lot of interest from Saudi Arabia, other countries in the Middle East, and so we're working on that. So, but most of them, I would say 70% are based in Asia or in Europe. We ask for a requirement of 10 years of work experience. Of course, we do make some exceptions because we really select executives upon their experience. So we do not ask for a GMAT for this program. We select upon their experience to make sure that they have interesting experience to bring into this program. So as I said also before, what they all have in common, our participants, is that they want to bring change into their company, into their job, into the products and services that they are working with. So they're very, I mean, I'm very excited about this group because, first of all, they're very diverse, and they all come with this mindset of I want to bring change, right? So, which is really, really exciting. So far, the group that is starting, the average age is 40, so it's a little bit more senior than a regular Executive MBA program. Our youngest one now is 34, and the average work experience is 16. Some of the countries represented so far, so as I said, European countries, also Asia, and then South Africa, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, and the United States are applying. Different sectors, very diverse sectors, and also the positions. So from one side, if we go to small, medium-sized companies, very often we have the manager, the CEO who's applying. We have consultants, freelance consultants. If we go to multinational companies, we have middle management. For example, I have somebody who's working for a multinational German company who's German. He's based in Singapore, and he was responsible for setting up all the global offices in Iran, in Dubai, in Singapore, in the United States. Then, for example, I have a CEO. She's the most senior from Cape Town, from South Africa. She's the CEO of a media agency with offices in Cape Town, in Joburg, and in the UK. So yeah, very diverse profile, which makes it very interesting, right? Regarding the admissions process, as I said before, we do not ask for a GMAT. We select executives upon their experience. So we ask you to fill in the online application. Then there will be some additional documents, of course, that you need to send to me, which are the copy of your bachelor, transcripts, English depending. If you live, of course, in an official English-speaking country, or if you have studied in English, or if English is the official working language in your company, then we will not ask for an English test. This will be, of course, talked about and decided individually. We ask for a recommendation letter, for a company support letter, a copy of your passport, and a picture. Now, as you see here, the final deadline is the 9th of November. We are still very flexible because I still have some executives that are applying. So of course, we do have to put an official deadline, which was the 9th of November. But if you say, okay, I still want to join this year, we can still make it possible. So, but then you will have to contact me as soon as possible, right? And then when we have all those documents, when we have the online application, I will schedule an admissions interview for you with the academic director. So being a joint program, we have 2 academic directors. From ESADE side, if you apply through ESADE, of course, I will be your contact person. And Michele Quintano, he's the academic director from ESADE side. So he will do an interview with you. And then after that, we will discuss your file with Katri, who's the academic director at Aalto University. Being a joint program, all the decisions are taken jointly. So also the decision of admitting a candidate to the program. The fees and the financing, important. If you say, okay, I can't make it for this year, so that you know that for the next edition, the admissions process, we will open it by the end of December, once we launch the first edition, so that you know that also for the next edition, there will be early bird discounts. The amount will be decided in December, so all the updated information will be online by then. For this year, we gave a really high early bird discount for all those candidates that applied before the end of April, and then a second one for all those that applied by the end of August. Besides that, we do have scholarships available. So if you're interested in that, I will send you a form with some questions where basically you have to tell me why you think we should give you a scholarship. And then we have 3 rounds during the year. If you say for this year, I still want to apply and join this year, the scholarship round will take place tomorrow. So then you will have to let me know by today, and then we can still make it happen. All right, so for next year, 3 scholarship rounds, where in each round we have a percentage of the budget that we allocate. So we see, okay, those are the people that have applied, those are the people we want to give a scholarship for, and then we decide on the name of the scholarship. There are 4 scholarships, as you will see in the form, which is the Geographical Diversity, the Women in Business, the Special Award, and the Entrepreneurship Scholarship. Then when we go to the fees, if you get an early bird discount, this will be deducted from the first payment. And then if you get a scholarship, it will be deducted from the last payment. The full fee for this year was 59. Most probably we will maintain the fee for next year. It will be confirmed next month. And then, as you can see, there's one installment that always needs to be paid before the start of the program, of course, to reserve your place in the program. And then the other 3 payments, they will be done during the program. So you'll see that the second payment will be done in June, so 6 months after you started the program. The third one in December, 1 year after you started the program. And then the fourth one just before graduation. We also have loan options available with our bank. It's with Banco Sabadell, a Spanish bank. And I have currently in this edition some Asian participants that applied for the loan. So once you're admitted to the program and you got our admissions, then you can reach out to the bank and start your loan application. So I can send you loan conditions and all that information, guide you through the process. Important also here, that's included in this fee, of course, the tuition, the course materials, all the lunches, there are some dinners included. What is not included are the flights and the hotels. Of course, we help you with this. Our program managers can give you recommendations. We have a sheet with all the hotels that we have deals with, both schools in the 4 locations. But of course, you're free to look for your own accommodation. And of course, what we always see in our programs, that once that participants know each other, sometimes they take an apartment together, an Airbnb together, and share. So, all right. So I think I gave the most important information. What is also interesting for you to know that, of course, if you want more information, we can have a phone call, but I will also be traveling quite a lot in Asia. My next trip is on the 9th of December for the launch of the MBA. I will be in Singapore. And I will be there for a couple of days. And then I will be back in April for 3 weeks when I will be touring around Asia. So probably, for sure, I will be in Singapore, in Manila, in Hong Kong, in Ho Chi Minh, and I believe also in Jakarta. So when we travel, I mean, I will have probably your details, so you will be more than invited to meet me also. We will be organizing events. For example, last year in Ho Chi Minh, we organized an event with the European Chamber of Commerce, where we invited companies to come and share their experiences in Vietnam. We did also in Singapore, we're going to be organizing sit-in class, both in Singapore and in Vietnam, when we have the actual module, not for the first module in December, but from the second module, it's going to be in March in Singapore. We're going to be inviting candidates to sit in class, organize a networking, be able to have lunch with our participants, ask them about the program. So there's going to be a lot of events taking place in Asia. And it would be nice to meet you also in person there. All right. So let me see if there are any questions. So yeah, you have my contact details here. You have my email, WeChat, the website. You can have a look at the website and see when the modules are taking place next year, so that you can maybe check with your agenda when you will be able to meet me in one of the modules. Also, very soon our travel schedule will be also in the present and in the website. So there's one page where you see meet us in your city. So we will be updating that. Where you can ask to have an assessment session, and where we also will be announcing the sit-in classes. So if you're traveling in Asia, so you can already check and see if you can combine it with maybe a work trip, and also if you want to meet during the year outside all those events that are taking place. Of course, my colleague who's based in Singapore, she will also be able to, and very happy to meet you in person, so then I can also connect you with her in that case. And of course, the presentation will be available for you also to check and go through it and see if afterwards there are more questions coming up. You're very welcome to send them to me by email. If you want to apply for a scholarship, should we send our request on an email? All right, there's a special form for it with the questions already there. If I'm not mistaken, there are 4 questions. So I'm more than happy to send it to you. If you can give me your email, then I will send it to you this morning. I mean, your afternoon, sorry, or your evening, and you can have a look at it. Which companies does your career center work with for placement after the program? Okay, so let me explain a bit more about career services, which is very different between a full-time MBA program and an executive education program. So when we go to our full-time MBA programs, first of all, the profile is more junior, right? So those are participants that, of course, are not working. They're coming to Barcelona. They are here for 1 year, 15 months or 18 months. And of course, in that case, our career service, they organize what we call career weeks, where we invite companies from all around the world to come to campus and to have already pre-scheduled one-to-one meetings, because of course our full-time MBA participants, when they finish, they don't have a job, right? So they have to get this help. So this is included in this full-time MBA program. When we go to executive education programs, our participants, I mean, most of them, not all of them, are working. So one thing Also, what's important here is that you need to know, so once you start this program, of course, you will become an invited member of our alumni associations of both schools. Normally, in a lot of schools, it's after you finish the program that you can become an alumna. Now, in this case, you become an invited alumnus, alumna member from the start of the program. That means that you will have access to all the events worldwide, to all the online sessions that are taking place. You will have access to all our alumni around the world. So if you say, okay, I want to reach out to this company in Latin America, I want to reach out to this company in South Africa, so who's working there? So you can reach out to these people. So you have all this information. Of course, you have to work on it, right? If you say, okay, I want to relocate and I want to go to this, I'm interested in this company in this country. Of course, you can reach out yourself. We also have, for executive education, career service. Of course, our career service team, there are more than 20 people working. So each of them has their sector and their the countries where they are responsible for. So we're coming with, I mean, both executive education and full-time MBA, they take advantage of all the relations that they are building with companies around the world. What kind of companies? All sectors. I mean, it's very diverse. So I cannot say, okay, these are the main companies, big consultancy companies, fast-moving consumer goods. I mean, there's not one specific sector. Now, one thing. So if you do an executive education program, and this is in all the business schools that I know, career service, you don't have career service, but we do make exceptions for those executives, participants that quit their job, that during the program are not working. Then, of course, we put them in contact with our career service team, and then you will have access also to the job offers. Now, once you graduate from this program and you're, let's say, an official alumnus, then you do have access to the job offers. But normally in an executive education program, there's no career service included. So I hope I answered your question. And if not, feel free to send me an email and we can discuss more about it. It's the only campus located in Barcelona. So our main campus is in Barcelona, but we have 3 campuses in Barcelona. So I'm here now in the, I would say, the city center. It's still the city center. Then we have another campus more for administration alumni, which is around the corner, basically. And then we have our biggest campus is outside Barcelona. It's, at 10 kilometers behind the mountain in Barcelona. And there we have our full-time MBA, our Masters of Science, our law school that is also moving there. We have an incubator there. At the start when I talked about our innovation, our Rambla of innovation. So we also have an incubator there. There are more than 60 companies that are present there. So this is really our main campus. The executive education is in the city center of Barcelona. Then we had a campus in Buenos Aires in Argentina until some years ago, which was mainly executive education. And then we also have a campus in Madrid, which is only executive education. All right. All right, there's one question. I presently run a tourism firm for 1 year now and would love to take the executive MBA to understand and improve the business opportunities at this stage. Can I apply for an entrepreneurship scholarship? Yes, of course. So if you will see, if you want, I can send you the scholarship form too. There are 4 kinds of scholarship. They are mentioned there. We explain them there. You don't have to choose a scholarship. So we read your answers, and then we decide, okay, we will give you a scholarship, and we will give it a name. You just have to say, okay, you have to explain your experiences, and so of course, yeah. So one thing I didn't say before is the amount of the scholarships. So the maximum amount that we've been given so far is 10,000 euros. So if you see that the standard fee is 59, and you apply for the first early bird, that means that you really need to apply before the end of April, which this year was a discount of almost 9,000. So you could bring down the fee to 50,000. And then if you're lucky and you have the maximum scholarship, you could bring down to 40,000, which is really an important discount. So this higher scholarships, we take into account the economic situation, of course, of the candidate, the economic situation of the country, and also the location. So if you're living in Latin America, if you're living in Africa, of course you have 8 long distance flights to take. Yeah? If you live in Asia, you have 4 short distance in Asia for the 4 modules in Asia, and then 4 long distance in Europe. So we take in account all these factors when we decide to give scholarships. So another question: what if I change jobs or resign from my current job while I'm part of the program? Am I required to employ to complete? No. So as I said, there are, most of our participants, when they start the program, they are working, or they are in about changing jobs. I have somebody who's now just changing jobs. Some of them, they decide, during the program to quit their job to work on personal projects. So of course, you've been selected for this program. So we really select participants upon their experience. So this is not a problem. You mentioned that the scholarship deadline is tomorrow. Will there be any other rounds this year? Or okay, so for the first edition that starts this year in December, I mean, we're only 3 weeks away, so this is the very last scholarship round. If you want to start this year in December, then if you want to start next year in December 2019, of course, then all the scholarship rounds are still available. So we will announce on the website the exact dates of those scholarship rounds. But of course, we still have time, right? So we first have to update all the information, the new fees, the new deadlines for the payments, for the scholarship rounds. And then I would say from the end of December, our admission process will open for candidates for next year. Do you have distance learning option? Well, the program is structured in this way that that over the 19 months you have 8 modules, which of course are mandatory for you to attend. In between those weeks, you have, of course, we have our platform, our e-learning platform, where you will have all the materials, where you will have all the assignments, where you will have a forum that you will be working with in between the weeks. So some of the participants, candidates, they asked me for, okay, how much time do I need, for this online part, as we call it? I would say an average of 1.5 hours per day, depending on the course, depending on your interest, of course. The good thing here is that you are able to organize your time yourself, right? If you say, okay, during the week I'm traveling a lot, I don't have time, I have to do it in the weekend. So then you will have to make sure that that you have time during the weekend. Others, they travel during the week, and it's okay, I prefer to do it when I'm on the plane and do my readings then and do my work. So it's completely flexible, so you can organize your time yourself. Of course, there will be group assignments also in the distance learning part. So that means that you will have to coordinate with your peers, right? To find a moment to work together at the distance. If your question is if for this same program there's another format, no. So this is the format that we have. So you will need to attend all the modules, and then of course in the distance learning you can organize your time. We are flexible. For example, if you say, okay, I want to make sure that I can join next year, you can still apply this year. When you're admitted, you don't have to apply again next year. So your admission is valid for 2 years. If you say during the program, okay, for work reason, I'm changing job, or for personal reason, I cannot continue with the program, then we will stop also the payments, and then you will be able to continue with the next cohort. So we have flexibility there. If for any medical reason you cannot travel, in the past we had it happened once or twice in one of my programs. So what we did, we set up a camera in class so that the participant was able to follow at a distance. So we are flexible in that, but of course, if you say from the beginning, oh, I already know that I won't be able to attend 2 modules, then I would say don't start, right? It's always much more beneficial if you can work together with the same group and follow up and do the work together, right? Another question, can you recommend other scholarships offered so I can top up my fees? I don't know of any scholarships that we are working with. What I heard of some candidates that they are separately in their country looking for external scholarship with governmental institutions. But of course, this is different for each country. So I don't, for executive education, I can't really recommend, and I don't know of any of participants so far that came in with an external scholarship. So I don't really know what to recommend in this case. But if you say what country, I can always check with our full-time MBA department if they have further information on that. So then feel free to send me an email, and then we can check per country with full-time MBA alumni what they have been successful with. So this is something that, of course, I can do for you.
Let's see if we can have another question coming in. We still have some time left by the end of the webinar, so please let us know. All right, let's wait for one more minute. In the meantime, I would just like to thank our partners Prep Advisor, which offer GMATs, IELTS, and CV consultations. So if you need any help on your application for the program, you can check them out online. Once again, Ursi, thank you very much for the webinar.
You're welcome.
The program is a great opportunity. Great, thank you very much. I think there are no more questions. This webinar will be available on our YouTube accounts, Access MBA. If you would like to come back and view it once again, please feel free to download the presentation and contact Ursi for further information. Thank you very much and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, all of you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.